In our busy lives, we often remember hundreds of things: work, family, responsibilities, and endless worldly matters. But how many times do we pause and remember God, the very source of our breath? The saints remind us again and again that forgetting God is the greatest sin, because when we forget Him, we become enslaved to our desires, anxieties, and fears. But when we remember Him, our life shines with peace, strength, and liberation. Let us reflect on this truth today. Really, wherever you look, God exists. Those who have realized God have told us what God likes. The essence of their teaching is surrender to God, giving up all desires for sense objects. This teaching must be accepted as a scriptural authority. With their own personal experience and having attained the state of liberation, they have shown the way to it. He is our real kith and kin who releases us from the bondage of birth and death. Those who belong to God are not afraid of this world. Do we not surrender ourselves to sensuous objects? Then why should we hesitate to surrender ourselves to God? One can perform all miracles, but it is not easy to really surrender to God. When one begins nama-smarana, one is harassed by thoughts of sensuous desires. That shows how one is completely filled, in and out, with all sorts of desires. One must, however, resolutely continue practicing nama. Does not one get upset by bad thoughts while looking after the family life? Then why should we be afraid of such thoughts if they arise during spiritual pursuit? Once he took to Nama, Prahlad never looked back. He was saved by Nama, only he could liberate himself, due to his faith alone. We must therefore remain in unbroken remembrance of God, and strengthen this faith. Never think of past sins. You may not undo the wrong of yesterday, but do not waste the present moment. Never get despaired. Every sadhana is best in its own way. Be faithful to your sadhana like a chaste lady to her husband. Remember firmly that all disciplines and religions aim at belonging to God. We work hard till death to fulfill the needs of our prapancha. Then why should we not make some efforts to belong to, unite with God? Really, there is no greater sin than forgetting God. Longing for God is divine consciousness, while longing for sense objects is body consciousness. When the latter diminishes, the mind will become steady in nama. When you reach the stage, you exist, I do not. With the help of nama-smarana, you can consider that you really belong to God. The life of Appudhi Adigalar Nayanar, a great devotee of Lord Shiva, perfectly illustrates this truth. He was so devoted that he would inscribe the name of his guru, Tirunavukarasar, on everything in his household, from vessels and walls to even everyday tools. For him, forgetting the divine name even for a moment was impossible. Once when Saint Appar visited him, Appudhi Adigalar's young son died after a snake bite. Yet, his devotion did not waver. He considered the loss as God's will and continued serving his saintly guest with full surrender. Moved by his unwavering faith, Appar revived the boy with his prayers. This story shows us the heart of true devotion. While the world may see tragedy, the devotee sees only God. Appudhi Adigalar teaches us that remembering God constantly, even amidst life's deepest trials, is the highest virtue, and forgetting Him is the greatest sin. Life is full of duties, joys, and sorrows, but amidst them we must hold firmly to the remembrance of God. Saints like Appudhi Adigalar remind us that surrender to God makes us fearless, steady, and truly free. Let us not postpone devotion or be careless in remembrance, for no sin is greater than forgetting God. Let us practice nama-smarana with love and resolve so that our life may shine with divine grace. Always remember, forgetting God is the greatest sin, and remembering Him is the highest blessing.